Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, second day of January. Here we go. This is actually a halacha that I hope you'll never need to know, but here it is. If, God forbid, a person is ever in an accident in a car, then the halacha is that they should bench gomel. And that means that if it's a man, he's called up to the Torah, and after his aliyah, he says a special bracha, which basically thanks God for doing good things for him and helping the miracle happen of him being safe and everything. And then the people in the shul respond in a certain way, and you can see that in the siddur, the exact words that are said. Birkas HaGomel is said also when someone comes through a surgery and everything goes okay in situations like that. Speak to your rabbi if you ever think one of them applies to you. Now, the reason that I'm telling this to you today is because there's an interesting one that sometimes happens in winter driving situations. Whenever there's, God forbid, two cars that impact and you're in one of them, you may be for sure eligible to say Birkas HaGomel. You could speak to your rabbi, describe the specific situation, and he'll tell you if you should or shouldn't. But here's where it gets interesting. Let's say it's an icy morning and your car slips on the ice and slides right through an intersection, on a red light. And nothing happens. It was very scary because you slid right through an intersection on a red light, but nothing ended up happening. You might feel like you should say the Birkas HaGomel because you were in a dangerous situation. You could have been hit as you slid through the intersection. But because nothing happened and because there was no impact, there are a lot of rabbis who say that that does not qualify for a Birkas HaGomel, and that's because no accident really happened. You feel like it was a close call, but after all, driving is always a close call. You're zipping along at 70 miles an hour. There's a car right next to you on the highway zipping along at 70 miles an hour. That's a potential close call. Sliding through an intersection when nobody hits you is also just a potential close call. So if God forbid anything like this ever happens to you, before you rush to shul and say a bracha, speak with your rabbi, tell him the exact situation, and it may not qualify for a Birkas HaGomel. Now remember that we've been saying that you say Birkas HaGomel when you're called up to an aliyah at a shul, and that applies for men who are called up in an Orthodox shul to an aliyah. If a lady is in one of these situations, I would recommend that you speak to your rabbi. A lot of different rabbis paskin in different ways, like maybe have the husband or the father say it for the lady. I've seen where some rabbis have the lady say it in front of a group of men, but not up at an aliyah. So if a lady is ever in one of these situations and you're Orthodox, speak to your Orthodox rabbi, and he'll recommend what's the best way for you to do a Birkas HaGomel. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.